So another anonymous. All the anonymous ask question. The non-anonymous don't ask question. You must get used to asking question in, like, with your name, Otherwise, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just thinking, in future, my Maitreya Buddha come, then you in the forest, then you, Buddha, I have a question. Who is that? Who is that? Anonymous. But actually, in the Buddha's time, it happened also, it is said that sometimes Venerable Sariputra, he would ask question, not because he is unclear, he was already an arahant, but yet he asked a lot of questions, and oftentimes it's because he observed that there's perplexity in the sangha, in the assembly, but out of the kind of Chinese, we call it 敬畏, so it's a kind of respect and awe. Maybe it's more like respect and awe of the Buddha. So they don't dare to ask. So Buddha's time like that. Now still like that. I mean, I'm not Buddha, but I say not Buddha, you also like that. By the time my chair Buddha come, I think you all just sit down there, don't dare to ask. So fortunately, there were chief disciples who asked. So Venerable Sariputra will ask the question, because he's able to know what question they have. And I say, they have questions, but they don't dare to ask. Come, let me ask for them. Okay, so this anonymous asks, if I have problem being vegetarian, how to eat meat and still pray the animals for their sufferings? I'm trying hard to be vegan. So have problem being a vegetarian, but trying hard to be a vegan. This is a bit interesting. Okay, so first of all, what's the difference between being a vegetarian and being a vegan? So being a vegetarian means that you don't take meat. You don't take meat. But you may take animal byproducts. For example, milk. So milk is a byproduct that doesn't involve killing the animal. Although some would argue that the process itself indirectly involve killing. Because when the cow, after their milk dry, they are pumped with hormones and all kinds of things, right, to keep the cow lactating. Because cow don't naturally just keep on producing milk for the whole life. Cow is just like any kind of mammal. Cows only produce milk when it has given birth, right? So, and after that, the weaning period where the cow produce milk and the calf, feed, it's only that period of time. After that, the lactation will stop. So they are pumped with full of hormones and everything to keep the body in a state of, oh, I need to produce more milk. And now oftentimes beyond what is natural. So animal activists who choose to become vegan feels that this is cruelty towards the animal. It's unnatural. And after the cow has, like, no matter how much hormone you pump in, there's a point where the body of the cow is like, okay, no more. Or the volume decrease, and because it's more like a production, process. Farm today is not like, the old MacDonald had the farmer E-I-E-I-O, and then the moo here, moo. No, the cow is it's like really like a factory. So factory, how, the Intel processor, AMD processor, they have something called a yield. That means you produce you produce so much wafer. How much of the wafer actually function optimally? Yeah, so they have a percentage yield, and when they do the first production run, it's quite low. Then they have to fine tune it until it reach a critical yield. So likewise, when they do farming now, it's not like this cow produce only like that, other cow produce like that, can lah, never mind lah. No, they will basically cull those cow that cannot produce, whether it's right from the start or towards the end. Yeah. So what do they do with it? They send the cow to retirement home, collect CPF, then give them a pension. No, they basically cull it. You see, we human beings are very interesting. We come up with euphemism to describe certain things, culling, instead of killing, we cull. basically still killing. So the cow will be slaughtered. Yeah. Then eggs also. Yeah. So eggs, the production of eggs involves producing a lot of eggs, and then to produce the eggs, you also need chicken, and chicken need to be induced to produce more eggs. So similarly, pump with hormones, all kinds of things to sort of trick the body into producing. Yeah, and then and you cannot wait until the chicken, not the chicken, the hen. You cannot wait until the hen grow until reach maturity. Then depend on the mood of the hen. Today no mood to lay egg, don't get it. Tomorrow there's mood, lay 5 eggs. Yeah. So pump with hormones again, and pump with growth hormones so that the hen grow very quickly. Yeah. Within 3 days or maybe within 1 week, ready to lay eggs. Yeah. Normal chick, grow quite fast, but wouldn't grow that fast also. Yeah. No time to wait, quickly. Then after that, pump, grow, lay. Yeah. So once it's done, then what to do? Again, cull. Yeah. On top of that, when they lay the eggs, then some of the eggs are hatched to produce the next generation of hen to lay eggs. But currently, the technology, they haven't reached a point where they can determine which egg is male, which egg is female. So what to do? Those chicks that are born that is male, basically put aside. Those chicks that is female, send for growth hormone. Then how about the chicks that is male chicks? How? Male chicks immediately grind. Yeah, I saw one documentary. I mean, not they sneak into the farm and then took the picture, took the video, not picture. Basically, wow, very fast, so, and then conveyor belt, and the conveyor belt they show a video to then the conveyor and the chick, the cute little chick, then go inside. Then what do you see inside? It's a grinder. Wow. But I saw, I think the first time I saw, I was like, oh, I immediately stopped. Cannot take it. Yeah. Then, but still, I was like, okay lah, I try not to eat. Then there was another time I saw again. Then I thought, oh, really cannot. Yeah. As much as eggs itself, you don't involve killing. And we can kind of like ignore like how they get the egg, the hen to produce egg. But the fact is that there's this part where chicks are just basically, it's not that the chick, the conveyor belt go to a place and then there's a therapist to talk to the chick, I'm sorry, but this life you were born wrongly, so no job employment for you, we are HR, so we cannot employ you, so we're going to send you to some other country for you to retire there. Give you retrenchment package. This is a retrenchment package. 1 bag of rice. You have to go and find some food yourself. No, no anesthesia. The worst thing is no anesthesia as well. Yeah, that means that it's not that they are injected with anesthesia, so don't feel anything. I'm not saying that that's any better, but between the choice of two evil, at least if you you numb the animal, or let's say you put the animal, like we say put the dog to sleep. Again, it's a euphemism for killing the dog, basically. Yeah, put down the dog. We're not even doing that. Can you imagine if puppies are just grinded? The whole country will be like, wow, what is this? But actually, sometimes when I see those video about Chinese eating dog meat, right? Yeah, and I'm like, well, most people are not doing any better. Yeah, whether it's dog or pig or chicken, or chicks. Yeah, I don't know what they do with the grounded chicks. Some suggest that is then mixed with feed, and then the chicken or the whatever will eat the feed. It's just like how mad cow disease started, right? Yeah, because the cow, some are sick, whatever, then they ground, and then because beef, right, they'll only eat certain parts. So all the other parts, they ground it and then mix with feed, and then feed the stupid cow. Not the stupid cow, the stupid farmer feed the cow with the mesh. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. So I want to address this first because having problem with doing something is one thing. You have to ask yourself, why are you doing it first? So being a vegetarian versus being a vegan, what is the difference? Why do we do it? Yeah, being a Buddhist, is it compulsory to be a vegetarian even, not to mention vegan? Notice that in none of my classes or talks, I advocate that you must be a vegetarian. Now, I don't advocate that. Yeah, and the reason is because it's just like the 5 precepts. We cannot force people to take up 5 precepts. Yeah, I cannot say you cannot kill. I command you not to kill. I say you cannot kill, means you cannot kill. The Buddhism, it just goes against the spirit of the teaching. Yeah. Each person must make their own choice because it's your own karma. You want to do this, that's your choice. Yeah. Of course, if we know that you want to go and kill a human being, we'll try to stop you. Yeah. If you want to go and kill an animal, I will also try to stop you. But I can't just tag along everybody. So what we can do is share a view, then you have to make your own choice. So similarly for being a vegetarian, similarly for being a vegan. Yeah. But at the same time, there are some individuals who face difficulty in terms of being a vegetarian. Yeah. So, but the problem here is anonymous. The reason why I always highlight anonymous because when you are anonymous, I also don't know who you are. I cannot follow a review if I have questions to ask. Yeah. So, and this happened many times because some questions are not specific enough. Some questions are too general. Like in this case, if I have problem being vegetarian, what kind of problem? You don't like the taste? It's very mushy? Or is it health problem? Which one is the problem? Don't be surprised. You may think, Shifu, of course it's health problem. No, some people, it's not health problem. Yeah. So let's address both. If it's not health problem, if it's a matter of taste, then you have to solve it yourself. Yeah, but the question here is, if it's health problem, then how? Yeah. I read somewhere that the Dalai Lama is not a full vegetarian because at some point he tried to be a vegetarian. I read and then his health had a bit of problem. Then the doctor told him he cannot, he's not able to obtain certain nutrient from a full vegetarian diet. So bo pian. Your body, you know, yeah. Some variables actually um, uh, have this problem also, not just from the Tibetan tradition, but from various traditions. Yeah, some lay people are wondering like, hey, Sifu, you are vegetarian, then how about your protein and things like that? Those students got me things like, things like that. Yeah, to supplement. For the longest time, I actually don't take it. I mean, I do take now because students keep on coming to spot check. Ask, Sifu, have you taken? So I will be have to take. Many times I take food or take this kind of nutrient thing supplements because people offer, then I just take lah. Yeah, but you have to know your own body. One thing though, when you initially switch to a vegetarian diet, maybe it's better to switch, like take either once a week first, then twice a week, 3 times a week, for your body to get used to it. Yeah. Because your body, if you are always eating certain kind of food, so your body always gets certain kind of nutrient at a certain level, then the body will adjust to it, meaning that if you get this amount of zinc, this amount of iron, this amount of potassium, then excess beyond its amount, you will just, and certain things they can actually sort of synthesize, the body can synthesize from what it absorbs. But if it's used to getting it directly, then you will not be, you will not be synthesizing it, right? So if you suddenly change your diet, it takes a while for the body to, hey, we're having shortfall, we need to go and produce it somehow. Yeah, of course, some things it cannot produce. I think vitamin C, the body cannot produce by itself, right? Li Hui, vitamin C. She's like, oh, jialat, come and attend meditation, cannot pop quiz.
I don't know. I think I take supplements, but
Yeah. The point is, we body cannot produce certain things. Yeah, certain things cannot produce. Certain complex things it can actually produce from the things we eat. So what a common feedback from students is, "Oh, Sifu, after I switched to vegetarian diet, I feel like I feel weak, no energy, like this, like that." Yeah. Sometimes it's because we are not eating healthily. Yeah. We end up eating a lot of either a lot of one type of vegetable or two types of vegetable, or we're not having a balance between carbohydrate and vegetable and protein. Yeah. And then there is also the psychological effect. Yeah, the psychological effect. Because you think about it now, usually for meat, right, it's very well seasoned. Yeah, so it tastes good, right? Savory. It usually tastes savory. And then when we eat, right, wow, we feel very satisfied. Yeah. And so you feel like, oh, and because meat is harder to digest, your body feels full longer. Vegetables, very fast to digest. Fruits, very fast to digest. So you tend to feel hungry faster. But your body may not need more food. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that you start to load up yourself with carbohydrate as well. Yeah. So if it's purely nutrition, then there are also supplements. So you can actually overcome it. Yeah. How to eat meat and still pray? I suppose is pray for the animals for their suffering. Yeah. The last thing you want to do is have this mindset. I pray for the animals that I'm eating. Yeah, I know that in some traditions, there's this notion that, oh, you do dedication to the merits to the animals that you eat. There's a importance in the sequence. The first part is you have no choice but to eat meat. Then, as a result, gratitude and out of, in a way, the kind of a form of remorse towards the lack of conditions that you have to consume it, you bo pian. Then you eat, so you try your best to help the sentient being that has died. It shouldn't be that you have choice, but you choose to say, anyway, I'm doing prayers every day, so I dedicate to your house so I can eat you. Yeah, I do prayer for you, so I eat you, so I help you liberate. No, I have students who ever ask me, hey, Sifu, can I just do chanting for them? And anyway, they are born as animals, so they have to be reborn many times. So I quickly eat them, then they die, then they can get reborn, then they finish their life cycle as an animal. Then I pray for them to be reborn in Pure Land. Can or not? No, I shouldn't be done with that mindset. Yeah. Oh, I have seen before certain commentaries or certain texts. It doesn't talk about this, but people misinterpret. Yeah. But what it talks about is that even when you consume meat, yeah, you shouldn't just take it like in a very frivolous way. Yeah, that you should, when you consume meat, it should be like you imagine a traveler traveling on a long journey, and then halfway through, your child died, and then because there's no food, your child died of hunger. Yeah, basically no more nutrition. And in order to travel the journey, you have no choice. If you don't eat the flesh of your child, yeah, you are going to die and perish, and your child has already perished. Yeah, I'm not saying that I'm promoting cannibalism or the text promote that. It's saying this is the gravity of how you should be consuming meat. Yeah, that you really have no choice, then you consume it, just to survive. So you don't say, oh, anyway, can eat meat, and just wow. Yeah. So to highlight now, how to eat meat and still pray for the animals for their suffering. Yeah, it's a opposing thing. Oh. Then the last part, I'm trying hard to be vegan. Vegan is even higher. Vegan basically abstain from all animal products. Yeah. And strictly speaking, if you are vegan, then you abstain from using leather products also. Because leather is the flesh, is the skin of animals, whether it's cow or crocodile or ostrich. I think there was this hoo-ha about an Hermes bag that was like don't know how many tens of thousands of dollars or what. Yeah, from the ostrich, right? Human beings are very strange. NTUC plastic bag also bag. Have to go and and furthermore, you think those bags are expensive, then you can just pay and buy. You have to pre-book on some of these bags. I read crazy. Really crazy. People in the past don't have the technology, so have to use animal products. Now it's what 2021 already. Everything can be synthetic. Yeah, even the leather, most of the leather products are actually the low grade one. Yeah. Sometimes shop owners are very perplexed by me. I remember there was once we went to, I think me and my parents, they wanted to get me a suitcase for use. Then we went to the shop. 这个很好，这个皮的，他们是真皮是假皮啊？Then the person look at me like don't know how to answer. Then the person said, 这个我说真皮我不要，我要假的。I want the fake one. I don't want the real leather. I want the fake leather. I don't know lah. Do you like leather products? Huh? They all insist must be real leather. Yeah, and I saw another documentary. Do you know that leather, the fine grade one, is made from the young cow. Yeah, that means just the very newly born, then yeah. Again, not that the HR sit down with the calf and say, moo, we want to thank you for your contribution. So this is the package. Yeah. You will get to stay in this place for 3 days. We will feed you all the finest grass from the Netherlands, Highland. We'll feed you water from the fresh Alps spring water. Yeah. Then after you have CPF retirement. No, yeah. Before the young calf get to say hello to the mother, drag away, then yeah. Human beings are very strange. So vegan is even stricter. Zero animal products, including butter. Yeah. So to me, maybe this anonymous, I want to suggest not just to anonymous, but everybody. Don't think, oh, wow, that being the case, I should just strive to be a vegan. Of course, if you can, by all means, okay? If you can, by all means. But the trouble with this is what I call the false comparison paradox. You know what will happen? First category is not being a vegetarian, right? Eat meat. Yeah. Without going into whether you relish in eating meat. Second category is just being a vegetarian. That means you still eat eggs and things like that. Then the third category is, wow, super pure, right? Being a vegan. So people think, oh yeah, being a vegetarian still imperfect, worse than being a vegan. I should try to be a vegan. In the end, what happened? You go to a Western restaurant. At first, you talk very happily. You order vegetarian food, then don't put eggs. Then happily eating. Then your friend say, "Hey, you vegan ah?" Yeah. Pasta have eggs inside. Like, jialat, cannot eat pasta. Then you go to another place. Then you decided don't eat in Western restaurant. Then you bring sandwich to work. Then your friend say, "Hey, you vegan ah?" Yeah. Do you know that the bread have eggs inside? Huh? Jialat, cannot eat. Then later you find one, don't have eggs inside. Then that good friend again come, hey, what bread is that? That bread they put milk leh. Jialat, also cannot eat. Then later you find another bread, no egg, no milk. They put butter leh. Jialat. Then birthday cannot eat. Then have to eat the cake that is springy one, more like what kueh. Then then after a while you find that too difficult to be vegan. Then and since vegetarian is like half baked, then forget about it. Don't be anything. Just continue eating. It's a false comparison. Remember, being a vegetarian, while so-called inferior to vegan, okay, because you're still eating some animal products, okay, at least byproducts, but it's still better than if you eat meat in terms of not contributing to their death. Okay, yeah. So don't have to give yourself that false comparison, yeah, and then put yourself in the position where you cannot do the best, then you just don't do. You don't have to. Also, I want to highlight, I'm trying hard to be vegan. These are two different things. You cannot be vegan, then at least be vegetarian. No? You cannot be full vegetarian, at least be vegetarian 6 days a week. Cannot be 6 days, 5 days, or 5 days, cannot 4 days, 4 days cannot 3 days, 3 days cannot 2 days, 2 days cannot 1 day, once a week. Once a week cannot, then 3 times a week, a month, then 3 times a month cannot, twice a month, yeah, 初一十五. 初一十五 also cannot, then first once a month, once a month cannot. Then are you serious or not? Marcel, well, I want to like her and then Marcel quickly throw in one question. How about those that say being vegan also kills numerous insects when cultivating a crop? Yeah, thanks for asking this. I'm sure Marcel knows the answer that I've shared in other classes. But out of compassion, maybe he also perplexed by this question. Maybe he's asking for those of you who don't know and have this question. Simple question, simple answer. For every pound of flesh that you eat, it involves killing at least one or more animal. Why do I say one or more animal? If you eat a pig, yeah, 1 pound or 1 kg of the flesh will be part of the pig. If it's from a chicken, it will be a bigger part of the chicken, right? But if you eat prawns, 1 kg of prawns involve killing multiple prawns. Yeah, you eat fish, 1 kg of fish, unless you eat a shark, yeah, or unless you eat marlin, super big. Yeah, but most of us, the local fish, maybe 2 kg, some bigger one 2 kg, I don't know. Yeah, the point is, then you eat vegetable, right? Then you may think, oh, vegetable, when you eat vegetable, you're not eating meat, but in the process of growing crops, insects are also harmed in some ways or killed in some ways, right? Yes, most agree. But think about it. Those chicken, those cow, those pig, those ducks, it's not that they are born, then they just breathe water, drink air, then 很好养. Just put them in a box, then 3 weeks later, I'm ready, kill me. No, in the process, they are eating also. And they eat a lot of food just to pump up to that size, right? You cannot just pump with water and then poop, right? So what happened? What are they eating? We call it feed, right? So that feed is what? It's mostly crops, right? So to get 1 pound of or 1 kg is not equals to 1 kg of vegetable. They need to eat many kg of vegetable just to have that 1 kg of meat. Why? Because there's still the bone. You cannot eat the bone, but you're eating the flesh. But for every kg of bone, there's that many kg of that for every kg of flesh, there's that many kg of bone also, and then there's that how many kg of vegetable, water, and everything that they must consume. So it's never equal. Not to mention more or less, it's never equal. And it's definitely more than if you eat 1 kg of vegetable. So we don't have to argue that, oh, no, I'm just eating the vegetable. Yes, indirectly, it will cause some harm to insects. This is a known fact. Yeah, that's why Venerable Mahakashapa, when he talked to his servant, he's like, huh? You mean that killing is on me? Then he said, okay, I'm going to go off. You all can have the farm. But compared to eating meat, you eat 1 kg of meat, minimally kill 1 animal, plus all the insects that is involved, that is killed to feed that animal from day 1 until it's killed. So net amount of animal or insects that's being killed is way more than if you are a vegan or vegetarian. Yeah, still more. Still more. Yeah. Satisfied? You don't look very satisfied.
I will double check the number.
Double check? How are you going to check? You go to the cow and then say, where do you get your corn from? No, I mean, you don't have to. This is called inference, right? This is basically using your logic. Do you think? Just simply think about this and answer me. Let's assume that the animal is only 1 kg for simplicity's sake. And assuming that the animal is pure flesh, okay, no bone. Do you think that the animal at 1 kg size only ate 1 kg of vegetable to reach that state?
No.
Definitely not, right? Yeah, because there's a growth process. So it's a cumulative curve, and it's the area under the curve. It's not that one slice of 1 kg. It's all the kgs that has been taken. Yeah. Yeah. So when you eat animal, it's the area under the curve of the vegetable eaten, whereas when you eat vegetable, it's just one slice of that 1 kg. Yeah. So is area under the curve more than one line? For sure more. Because for you to reach 1 kg of flesh, and that's assuming pure flesh, yeah, and the animal is just 1 kg, you still need more than 1 kg. Yeah. Our body is not the most efficient mechanism. You know, that's shit, ma. Yeah, and then energy wasted. Oh, yeah, we're not as efficient as computer power supply. Nowadays, 80 plus. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Can you go and calculate? Let us know.
I'll come back next time.
愿消三障诸烦恼，
愿消三障诸烦恼，
愿得智慧真明了，
愿得智慧真明了。
不愿罪障悉消除，
普愿罪障悉消除，
世世常行菩萨道。
世世常行菩萨道。
阿弥陀佛。
阿弥陀佛。
Before you go, even if you cannot be a vegetarian, the least one should do is avoid eating live animal, because that is an even more direct contribution to an animal's death. Now, till we meet again, may be guided and protected by the Buddha, Dharma and the Sangha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. As always,
乖乖，谢师父。
have a kind day ahead. Take care, stay safe.
Thank you, 师傅。
Bye bye.
给师父，拜拜。
Thank you, 师傅。
Yeah.
拜拜。
师傅，
Bye. Bye, Lama.
Thank you, 师傅。拜拜。